Hello and welcome. We're back in Genesis chapter 26, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the chapter heading. The Lord promises Isaac posterity as the stars of heaven in number. In his seed all nations will be blessed. The Lord prospers Isaac, temporally and spiritually, for Abraham's sake. Isaac offers sacrifices. Esau marries Hittite wives to the sorrow of his parents. Verse 1. And there was a famine in the land, beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. Verse 2. And the Lord appeared unto him, and said, Go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Verse 3. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee, and unto thee and unto thy seed will I give all of these countries, and will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. Verse 4. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Verse 5. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice, and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. Verse 6. And Abraham dwelt in Gerar. Verse 7. And the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, She is my sister. For he feared to say, She is my wife, lest, said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. Verse 8. And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah his wife. Verse 9. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, Behold, of a surety she is thy wife. And how saidst thou, She is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, Because I said, Lest I die for her. Verse 10. And Abimelech said, What is this that thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have lien to thy wife, and thou shouldest have brought guiltiness upon us. Verse 11. And Abimelech charged all his people, saying, He that toucheth this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. Verse 12. Then Isaac sowed in that land, and received in the same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. Verse 13. And the man waxed great, and went forth, and grew until he became very great. Verse 14. For he had possession of flocks, and possession of herds, and great store of servants, and the Philistines envied him. Verse 15. For all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines, had stopped them, and filled them with the earth. Verse 16. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, Go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. Verse 17. And Isaac departed thence, and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. Verse 18. And Isaac digged again the wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. Verse 19. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley, and found there a well of springing water. Verse 20. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, The water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. Verse 21. And they digged another well, and strove for that also, and he called the name of it Sitnah. Verse 22. And he removed from thence, and digged another well, for they strove not, and he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, For now the Lord hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. Verse 23. And he went up from thence to Beersheba. Verse 24. And the Lord appeared to him the same night, and said, I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. Verse 25. And he builded an altar there, and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there, and there Isaac's servants digged a well. Verse 26. Then Abimelech went from him to Gerar, and Azatha, one of his friends, and Phicol, the chief captain of his army. Notice how the Bible in Genesis chapter 26 is laying out only the story of Isaac. It's because Esau was a hunter and he was not a God-fearing man in the same way that Isaac was. I mean, I mean, actually, Jacob and Esau aren't older yet. My bad. This is still Isaac. I'm getting things mixed up. Anyways, we're gonna keep going. Verse 26. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Ahazath, one of his friends, and Phicol, the chief captain of his army. Verse 27. And Isaac said unto them, Wherefore come ye to me, seeing that ye hate me, and have sent me away from you? Verse 28. And they said, We saw certainly that the Lord was with thee, and we said, Let there now be an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee. Verse 29. That thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now blessed of the Lord. Verse 30. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. Verse 31. And they rose up betimes in the morning, and sware one to another, and Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. Verse 32. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came, and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, We have found water. Verse 33. And he called it Sheba, therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. Verse 34. And Esau was 40 years old, and when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Bashemat the daughter of Elon the Hittite. Verse 35, which were a grief of mind unto Isaac and to Rebekah. And so that is the end of Genesis chapter 26. We're going to head into Genesis chapter 27. There's a lot that happened in Genesis chapter 26. Isaac was moving through the land and told by God not to go into Egypt, and settled in the valley of Gerar, and he dug 4 wells, not just 3, 4 wells of water, which sprung up and gave him prosper in the land of Gerar. So that was the end of Genesis chapter 26. We're going to head into Genesis chapter 27. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you there. Thank you.